We'll start by coming down to your mat and take child's pose. Find a comfortable position for you, whether that be with your knees and close together or spread a little bit further wide apart with your knees or your toes together. Let your head be heavy into the mat, relaxing your shoulders down. Just taking time for some deep breaths here. On your next breath, come up to standing on your knees or tall knees. Reach your right foot out to the side. Reach your left arm up and over for gate pose. Getting a nice side bend here on our left side. Feeling that stretch in your left side. Reach up, long, and over. And switch sides on your next breath. Reach up, grow long, and reach over. Coming back to the center, reach your hands down to the mat, push back into downward dog. Float your right leg up and take three-legged dog. Focusing on a nice hip opener here in that right hip. Breathe through. And switch sides. Bring your foot back down to the mat and take table. A couple breaths here for cat-cow. Really working that spine up and down, finding some mobility there. Trying to get nice and loose before we get flowing. Look up and reach your tailbone up for your breath in. And then tuck your chin under, curl your pelvis under for your breath out as you contract. And just going back and forth, finding a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, stand tall at the top of your mat. Reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, long breath out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low plank, breathe out. Upward dog, breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Let it go. Raise your heels, breathe in. Bend at your knees, let it all out. Hop or step to the top of your mat, halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breathe it all out. Reach up, big breath in. Chair, breath out. One more breath in, grow tall. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low plank, breathe out. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe it out. Right foot steps forward to the top of your mat for warrior one. Big breath in as you rise. Low plank, breathe it out. Upward dog, breath in. Downward dog, let it go. This time our left foot steps forward, up to warrior one. Big breath. And low plank, let it go. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Fill. Let it go. Heels rise. Big deep breath. Bend your knees. Let all that air out. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Let it go. Rise up to chair. Breathe in. Hands to prayer. Breathe out. Big breath in. Shoulders onto your back. Pull those shoulder blades back. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Low plank. Breath out. Upward dog. Deep breath in. Downward dog. Let it go. Right foot comes forward to the top of your mat. Up to warrior one. Big breath in. Warrior two. Breath out. Reverse your warrior. Big breath in. Low plank. Breathe it out. Upward dog. Breathe in. Downward dog. Breath out. Left foot to the top of your mat. Warrior one. Big breath in. Warrior two. Exhale. Reach forward and reach back to reverse your warrior. Down to low plank. Exhale. Upward dog. Breathe in. Downward dog. Breath out. Staying here for a couple breaths. Heels rise. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Breathe out. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Rise to chair. Breathe in. Hands to prayer, breathe it out. Pulling those shoulder blades onto your back, breath in. Twist to your right, let it all go. Breathe in, grow long. Twist further, exhale. One more breath in, forward fold. Reach up to chair, breathe in. Hands to prayer, breathe out. One big inhale, and take the twist on your left. Exhale. Neutral spine, big breath in. A little further, twist to your left, breath out. One more inhale. Forward fold, let it all out. Rise up, breathe in. Forward fold, breath out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low plank, breath out. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breath out. Right foot forward to crescent lunge. Rise up, breathe in. Hands to prayer, twist to the right, breath out. Lifting that left knee, squeezing muscle to bone. Big breath in. Find a little more twist to the right, breath out. One more breath here. Low plank, breathe it out. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Left foot to the top of your mat, crescent lunge. Big breath in as you rise. Hands to prayer, twist to the left, breath out. Growing long in your spine, breathe in. Twisting at the rib cage, breath out. Last inhale here. Low plank, breathe it out. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Right foot comes forward to the top of your mat, rise up to warrior one. On the warrior two, we exhale. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Extended side angle, breath out. Push that forearm into your thigh so you're not sagging into your shoulder. Keep breathing through. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed, front to back, side to side. One more breath here. Open up at that chest towards the ceiling. Low plank, breathe out. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Left foot steps forward to the top of your mat. Rise up to crescent lunge, breathe in. Warrior one, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reach back to reverse the warrior, breath in. And reach back to the front for extended side angle, breath out. Same thing on this side, make sure we're strong in that left shoulder. reaching our right hand up towards the ceiling, maybe finding a slight back bend to get your heart melting open towards the sky. One more breath in here. And a low plank. Breathe it out. Upward dog. Breathe in. Downward dog. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Rise your heels. Bend your knees. Breathe out. Let it all go. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breath out. Rise up. Breathe in. Reach tall. Hands to hips. Breathe out. Raise your right knee. Breathe in. Bind and open. Breathe out. Find a focal point here. Breathe through. It's okay if you lose your balance. Just come back to the bind. If you'd like to advance the pose, you may grab at your toes and take it all the way out. We are in extended leg raise pose. Good. Breathe through the discomfort. Breath in. Bring that leg back to center. Breathe it out. Reach up. Kick your leg out in front. Breathe in. Kick it back to airplane. Breath out. Keeping our chest lifted here. Neutral spine. Palms facing the ground. Pulling those shoulder blades onto your back. One more breath in. Hands down to your mat for standing splits. Choose to keep your hips square with the ground or open up that hip to get a little bit more length in your leg. Reaching up towards the ceiling with your toes. On your next inhale, find half moon. Open up to your right side. You may choose to use a block if you wish, bringing the ground a little bit closer to you. And forward fold, exhale. Rise up tall, breathe in. Hands to hips, breathe out. Raise your left knee, breathe in. Bind and open, breath out. For extended leg raise. Same thing on the left side. You may choose to grab at your toes and fully extend the leg. Find what's right for you. Find a focal point and balance. One more breath in. Bring that leg back to center. Breathe out. Reach up. Extend your leg out in front. Breathe in. Kick it back to airplane. Breathe out. Grow long here. Breathe in. Hugging those muscles to the bones. Breathe through. Reach forward. Breath in. Hands to mat for standing splits, breath out. Find length from hands on the mat all the way to your extended toes. And when you're ready, open up to half moon on an inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Reach up, breathe in. Tree pose on the right. You may choose to bring your foot to your ankle, to above your knee, or to your thigh. Whatever is right for you. Taking a couple of breaths here. On the next breath, switch sides. Find a focal point, find your balance. Bring that foot back down to your mat. Reach up, big breath in, grow tall. Forward fold, breathe it out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Low plank, breathe out. Right upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Right foot steps forward to warrior one, breathe in. Open up to warrior two, breath out. Straighten your right knee, reverse your warrior, breathe in. Come down to triangle pose, breath out. You may choose to use a block here, again bringing the mat a little bit closer to you. Reach tall with that left arm, opening up your chest to the sky. Nice little twist. Breathe in. Come down to your mat for pyramid, squaring your hips to center. Maybe step that left leg forward just a little bit. On your next inhale, open up for a twist to the right. Good, growing long at the spine, twisting in the rib cage. On your next breath, come back to center. Open up to the left for a wide leg forward fold. Focusing on a neutral spine. Getting a good stretch in our hamstrings here. Come up to a halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, let it all out. Bring your hands back to the top of the mat for a runner's lunge. And step back into downward dog. Bring your left foot to the top of the mat, rise up to warrior one. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Reverse your warrior. Big breath in. Straighten that left leg. Come down to triangle on the exhale. Again, grabbing your block if you need it. Let that heart melt open towards the ceiling. On your next breath, come down to the mat to center for pyramid, squaring your hips neutral to the mat. Step your right leg forward just a little if you need. On your next breath, open up for a twist to the left. Twisting in that rib cage. Come back down to center. Open up to the right for a wide leg forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, let it all out. Reach your hands to the top of the mat for a runner's lunge. Step your left foot to the back of the mat for high plank. Carefully lower yourself all the way down to the mat. We're going to take locust pose. You will raise your chest and your feet off the ground, getting a nice back bend. On your inhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more round, lift. All the way up, reaching back with that chest, lifting at the back of your legs, and lower. Go ahead and bring your head down to the mat, resting for a second. Reach for your ankles to take bow pose. Same thing here, we're going to be lifting our legs and our chest off the mat for another back bend. You'll reach your feet up towards the ceiling as you grab onto your ankles. And by doing so, you'll get a nice chest opener here too. On your next breath, breathe in and lift. Breathe out. Breath in. Let it go. One more breath in. And carefully lower. Place your head on the mat for a rest. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to upward dog. Big breath in. Maybe opening at the heart a little bit here. Push back to downward dog. Lift your heels, breathe in. Baby step forward all the way between your hands to find your seat. Carefully lower yourself down to the mat all the way. We'll take bridge pose. You will push your feet into the ground, push your hands into the ground, lifting your hips. And breathe in, lift, lower, exhale. Lift, breathe in, lower, exhale. One more lift, big breath in, lower, exhale. If you'd like, you can take a wheel pose here, pressing your hands next to your ears, feet pushing into the ground, lifting at the hips. Take a couple breaths through wheel pose. And carefully lower. Bring your knees into your chest, rock back and forth, get a good massage all the way up and down your spine. Maybe choose to rock side to side if that feels good for you too. Lay on the mat, bring your soles of your feet together for reclined butterfly. A couple breaths through here, letting yourself feel heavy into the mat. And bring your knees into center. Rock back and forth to find the top of your mat. Stay seated. Bring your right foot behind you for a pigeon pose on the left side. Choose to stay in long arms if you'd like, or come down to forearms. You can even bring your head all the way to the mat if that is comfortable for you. Bring your right foot back around to the front for double pigeon. Stacking your right leg on your right foot on top of your left knee. Feeling a nice stretch here, breathing through. On your next breath, bring your left foot to the back of the mat, finding half pigeon on the right. Same thing on this side. Find what is comfortable for you. regarding your arm position. Don't be afraid to modify if one of them is painful. You can also choose to take half pigeon on your back if you'd like. Some people find less pressure in their hip being in a prone position. Getting heavy, letting everything go into the ground. Bring your left foot back around to the front, setting your left foot on top of your right knee for double pigeon on the other side. On your next breath, find downward dog. Bring your right foot forward for lizard pose. Staying in tall arms, coming down to forearms, or head to the mat. Whatever works for you. Slide your right foot out to 2 o'clock and shift your weight into the pinky edge side of your toe to get a nice hip opener here in dragon pose. Let that right knee feel heavy towards the ground. Push back into downward dog. Bring your left foot forward for lizard pose. Breathing through here. And open up that left foot to 10 o'clock, shifting your weight to the outside pinky edge toe for a little bit deeper hip opener here. Coming out of dragon, push back into downward dog. Big breath in, raise your heels, bend your knees, let it all out. Get empty. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat and find your seat. Take seated butterfly here for one last hip opener. When you're ready, straighten your legs out in front of you. Reach up, breathe in. Reach forward for seated forward fold. Breathe it all out. Let yourself take a couple deep breaths here. Tree pose on the right. Seated tree. Just bring your right knee in. Switch sides. Bring that left foot into your thigh, bending at the knee. Reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, breath out. Open up your right leg for a wide leg seated forward fold. Growing long and breathing through. Legs back to center. Carefully lower yourself down to your mat. Bring your knees up and into your chest. Let them fall over to the right for a supine twist. Reach your arms out to your sides, letting them rest carefully into your mat. Drop your gaze to the left. Breathe through. Bring your knees back to center and drop them over to the left. Gaze switches to the right for one more twist. Knees back into center. Reach your arms in between your knees. Grab at your toes or your inner feet for a happy baby pose. You may choose to just relax here, or you can rock side to side, back and forth, finding a little bit of movement, whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, on your next breath, extend your legs all the way out, down on your mat. Bring your arms to your sides, opening up palms to the ceiling, and take Shavasana. Letting everything go, relaxing into your mat, and breathing deeply through. We'll dim the lights a little bit for you guys, or just close your eyes and give yourself a well-deserved break.